In the early 20th century, America's roads were more like a Wild West showdown between muddy trails, random potholes, and the occasional cow blocking your path. Picture it. Cars bouncing down bumpy dirt paths, drivers praying their Model Ts wouldn't lose a wheel, and horses still judging them from the sidelines. The country needed better roads, not just for the newfangled cars, but for the future of trade, travel, and let's face it, saving everyone's spines. By the 1930s, the idea of a national highway system was like the coolest new idea that no one could quite figure out how to pull off. Enter Dwight D. Eisenhower, a man who knew a thing or two about bad roads. Back in 1919, young Ike had the pleasure of leading a military convoy across the U.S., which was more like a torturous off-road rally than a road trip. Trucks broke down, bridges gave out, and the whole ordeal took 2 months. Then came World War II, where Eisenhower spotted the German autobahns and thought, now, that's a road. Wide, smooth, and perfect for a quick getaway. Something the US definitely needed. Fast forward to 1956, and President Eisenhower finally got his wish. He signed the Federal Aid Highway Act, green-lighting the construction of a 41,000-mile superhighway system that would eventually stretch over 48,000 miles. This wasn't just a few roads, it was a concrete and asphalt revolution. The project was funded through a nifty little scheme called the Highway Trust Fund, paid for by, you guessed it, gas taxes. Suddenly, every gallon of gas you pumped was paving the way to the future. And boy did they build. It was the biggest public works project ever, with an army of workers digging, blasting, and paving their way across the country. Engineers designed bridges that soared, tunnels that burrowed, and interchanges that made drivers dizzy. It was like a giant game of Sim City, except this one was real, and you couldn't just hit undo when things got messy. The impact was instant. Suddenly, road trips were a national pastime, the suburbs boomed, and trucking became the backbone of the economy. Fast food chains popped up along highways, ready to fuel your journey with burgers, fries, and questionable milkshakes. Motels promised a night's rest just off the exit ramp, and every billboard screamed something about a must-see tourist trap up ahead. But not everyone was thrilled. Small towns that got bypassed felt like they'd been left in the dust. Literally. The highways didn't just change the landscape, they rearranged it. New cities thrived and old ones faded, all depending on which side of the highway they landed. Yet, for most people, the interstate was pure freedom. A concrete river running coast to coast, promising adventure or at least a quicker commute. By the 1980s, most of the system was complete, though tweaks, upgrades, and expansions continued. And let's not forget the ongoing maintenance, because nothing says American road trip like hitting a fresh pothole in the middle of nowhere. Today, the interstate highway system is still the largest road network in the world, crisscrossing the US like the world's most epic connect-the-dots puzzle. It's a testament to American ambition, engineering, and a slightly reckless love affair with the open road. Whether it's a coast-to-coast road trip, a daily grind to work, or a last-minute run to the world's biggest ball of twine, these highways are more than just roads. They're a piece of history that keeps America moving.